All right. Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone doing? We are on day 5. We're on day 5 of our challenge. I'm excited. I'm excited to get started. I really am. I'm going to figure this out this evening. We're working with one screen. So let me see how I can do this. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got a lot of value from this challenge. I really try to go through the whole process of creating and launching. I got you. All right. I've really been going through the process of trying to show you the exact strategy that I've used for creating and launching. So I'm really ready to get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about the automations. We went through the whole funnel build out. Let me get this started. We went through the whole funnel build out, and today I'm super excited to be going through the different automations that we want to have built out when we are selling a digital product. Our focus today is going to be the automations that we would put behind an ebook. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to show you how to build it out. And yeah, I'm super excited. So give me 1 second while I pull it up. Let me know if anybody has any comments about anything that we talked about this week. Just drop it in the chat for me so I can see and I can get those questions answered before we really get started. Alrighty? Drop it in the chat for me if you have any questions at all. Let me just pull up my screen. If you didn't already, let me know. Let me make sure. Oh, let me know where you are in the process. We went through the whole process of creating and launching the digital product. I want to know where you are in the process. If you can drop it in the chat for me. If you could drop it in the chat for me. I'm going to, let me open a new window real quick and we're going to get started. So just to recap, today is day 5, so it's the last day of our challenge, and we've gone over a lot of information. We started on day 1 going over and identifying our target audience, and then oh yeah, we started identifying our audience, our perfect avatar. We talked about all of that, and then the second day we talked about how we can actually create our digital product. And then we talked about building out the funnel, and today we are talking about the automations that we have behind it. So I'm just pulling up my account so I can show you all where we left off. I'm going to show you the the funnel that we left off with. And those of you in VIP got the actual link to that dropped into your account already, which is fantastic because we are ready to go. So we can start making some money, because that's what it's about, right? You're going to have everything you need to successfully launch your own digital product. So I'm going to share my screen with you all now. Give me 1 second. And here we go. We're going to get started. Yes, I know. Alrighty, here we go. Let me make sure you all can see that. So here we go. I'm going to start. So this is the funnel. This is where we left off with this part of it. And what we're going to do today is we're actually going to build the automations behind this one, right? So what we're going to do inside the software, you're going to, instead on the left-hand side, we were going to the sites. Now we're going to go to the automations. Let me make sure. Okay. And then automations, I like to do is I like to organize my automation so it makes it easier to know where the automation is. If there's a mistake or anything like that, like I messed up, I like to make sure I organize my automations. So when I'm organizing, I like to create it in folders. So we're gonna just do ebook automations because that's what we're building here. Now I'm going to build out my automation. So there is a process that I like to follow when I'm building out automations. It's specific ones. I always start with a text, because there's times I know like we have more automations now, but back in the day, that wasn't that long ago, but before, people would be able to text a number, text a keyword to that number, and they would get an automatic text message back. Right. So I still like to have that set up, and I do like to have the DM set up. So when somebody DMs you a keyword, you're able to get a more automatic response to them. The next automation I like to build out is the opt-in. Because I told you before when we were talking about it, it's good to have an opt-in part on your funnel so you can collect people's information just in case they don't purchase, right? So on your opt-in one, you're going to do opt-in and abandoned cart, and then we're going to have a purchased the ebook automation. Okay, so we're going to go through 4 different ones tonight, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them. So you would come up here and you would do create workflow. I usually start from scratch, or I take a clone from another account, depends. So this one I would start at the very top, so I would number it, and this one is going to be the text. So it's going to be a text, texted, and then let's say for this case it's going to be ebook. That's what I'm going to name this workflow. And then here I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to SMS, or let me see, sorry, I'm going to go to customer replied. So the customer reply just means that they are responding to us, they're reaching out to us. So I want to make sure I'm very specific. I got to add the filters here. So we have the filter, it's going to be in reply to workflow, reply channel, excuse me, the reply channel. Where are they replying? So in this case, they are actually sending an SMS. And then you want to have it, if you have more than one phone number on your account, you would do in phone number. You would choose a phone number, but since I don't have one, I wouldn't choose that. And I'm just going to say exact phrase, exact match phrase, just because if I don't do that, if I were to do contains the phrase, then any of the sentences that I get that have the word ebook in it, it's going to set off the automation. All right. And then I'm going to hit save trigger. So that just means that once anybody texts me the word, just the word ebook, everything that we're about to go through is going to happen. The software's automatically going to do it. All right. So I would do this. So the first thing when they text me, I like to always start with adding a tag. I like to add tags. Why? Because when you add a contact tag, it makes it so much easier when you're retargeting or if you're looking to filter your contacts. So I would go texted ebook, and I would add a new tag. I would also update the pipeline. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but you would have just add the tag and then you would send back a text. What do I want this text to say? You can say something along the lines like, hey, thanks for your interest in my ebook. And I would say, here's the link to purchase. Here's the link to gain access. And then I would put the link here. I'm going to show you. So let's say here, I would take this link. There's 2 different ways that I can put this in. I can just paste it if I want to have it just like that. If you have a domain, it's easier to just put the domain in, but you also have the option of doing trigger links, which I can show you. But in this case, for right now, we're just going to do the regular link, and then we're going to hit save. And then you're going to hit save again. So the only difference now is what I would have changed was I would update a pipeline. Let me do that real quick, just so it's easier and you can see like how I really do this, right? It would be a pipeline. And I would create my first pipeline and I would just do ebook. So what is it? So the pipeline is pretty much what is the process or the different stages that your customer is going to go through for this product or this specific product, right? So they're gonna either text or DM. So we can have texted ebook. You also can do like I usually do texted / DM'd ebook. And then what else do they do? Well, they can opt, they would be submitting the form, submitted form, or opt in the ebook. And then you can do like submitted form. And then what? The last thing would be that they purchased the ebook. So these are the different things that they do in their process. So after I do that, I would just go back in and I'm going to update this just so what makes it easier is that when I'm searching to see where everyone is, I'm able to just go and look at the opportunity. Where are they in the pipeline? So I'm just going to come, I'm going to update this. And then I usually just do their full name and I would hit save. And because I want to do an ebook and text and a DM, what I like to do to save myself time is after I built out the texted one, I would come over and I would clone it. And once I clone it, I'm going to actually change the number to 2 because this is the second thing. And instead of texted, it's going to be DM'd. They DM'd the ebook. They DM the word ebook. And then I'm going to hit create. And the only thing I have to do once I do that is I just need to come back and change it. So here, remember the customer replied, the reply channel we said was SMS. We need to change that now to Instagram DM. And that's the only thing we have to change there. So we're going to hit save. And then here, instead of texted ebook, we're going to actually say DM's ebook. And add new tag, and I'm going to delete the texted. Now this part to save myself from having to type that message. Again, I'm going to actually copy this first, and then I'm going to add an Instagram DM, and I'm going to hit save. And then I'll be able to delete this. And then hit save. So now I have my DM ebook, my DM automation set up. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I have a workflow for the form submitted. And you remember yesterday when we were talking about the form on the website, we didn't do it yet. So we're going to go and add that in before we build this whole thing out. Well, we can build it out and then we'll add it in after. So this is my third thing. This is my third workflow. And this is going to be form submitted or opt-in form submitted. And then I like to do abandoned cart as well on this one. And the importance of abandoned cart. Oh, it'd be nice if I spelled it right. And then opt-in. All right. And the importance of the abandoned cart is just to follow up because sometimes people get distracted, honestly. Sometimes people will go and they opt into something and then they get distracted. They get a phone call, they get a text message come across their phone, different things, right? So this would just remind them, hey, you expressed interest in this. Just seeing if you're still interested. Here's the link if you are, right? So we want to make sure we have that set up. So I'm not going to do the trigger yet because we need to actually create the form, but it would just be here. It would be form submitted. And because I don't have the form yet, I can't say what the form is. So it would be form is, and when we create it, after I'm done with this, we'll be able to. So it'd be form submitted. Once the form is submitted, what do we want to happen, right? This is why it's really important to plan out what process our customers are going through, right? So what do we want to happen? Well, we know we want a contact tag. We know we want to update the pipeline. Why? Because we want to know where our customer is in their journey of purchasing this ebook, right? So the first thing I want to do is I want to add the contact tag. And then this one I would do opted in to ebook or form submitted for ebook, right? Either one. Let's do form submitted and then just put ebook. So now I know if I ever am looking to find out like who was interested in the ebook, I can actually go in and filter it in and find all the people that at some point submitted a form but never actually bought, and I can retarget them for a specific reason. Okay. I would hit save contact. I need to update the pipeline. So this will be the opportunity. I want to update that. Why? Because when it's easier, when I need to find out where are most of my customers stopping along the process of purchasing, I'm able to just go in and look at my pipeline. Like, where are most of my customers? Oh, some of them are still stuck on the opt-in. Okay, well, maybe I need to nurture them more. Maybe I need to create an email sequence to nurture them to get them to come and purchase that ebook, right? Because that know, like, and trust factor is really important. All right, so I would change this. It would be opted in. I do the contact, the name, and then I like to change the status to open, right? Because they're interested, they opted in. And then I would do save action. So once they opted in, I like to do, okay, now they opted in. I like to do a wait period, right? I want to wait. How long do I want to wait before I reach out to them? Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. I don't like to go past that. Why? Because at that point, you're giving them more time to maybe go to somebody else. Maybe they came across somebody else's page and they're like, oh, they're interested in something different, right? So like just to keep them and, keep you on top of their mind, I like to follow up. So I would just do the wait. I would change this wait to 10 minutes. And then I would hit save. And then what do I want to happen after 10 minutes? I want to send them a text, right? Remember, they texted us to opt in. So we have, now we have their first name. So I can just say, hey, and I can go to my custom field and take their first name, hey. And I can say, like, it's Shakira. I'm just following up. With you because you expressed, right? And you also can leverage Chat GPT for this, right? You can ask it to help you come up with the copy for text messages and emails, which I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to probably pull it up and show you. I'm just following up with you because you expressed interest in the ebook. And I was wondering if you had any questions, right? Any questions about it? All right. It sounds like conversational, but I'm really just trying to keep it on top of their mind, right? And then you can do that. You can drop the link in here and you can say, here's the link to learn more, right? And then you can drop that same link, but you would actually drop the sales page instead of the opt-in page. So I'm just going to do insert sales page link, right? Because I'm bringing them back to the sales page and then hit save action. I often found, like, through my experience, that I can't keep following up with people through text because you'll start getting a lot of stops, especially if you never really built the relationship with them, and make them want to text you or you to text them. So I oftentimes like to hold on, I don't know if I'm sharing. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I'm able to share on both of these. I just realized this. Let me see. Can you now see it on Zoom? Yes. Yes, I can. My apologies. I got you. I just realized I wasn't sharing it. Oh my goodness. I can go back if you need me to. I'll just cover them real quick. Let me hit save. I can't even move my. I'm going to do it here. Let me just hit save. I'm going to go back real quick just to show you what I did because I just realized I was not sharing on Zoom. Okay. Here, I create my first workflow I created was the texted ebook. And I said the customer replied. So they texted. The reply chain was SMS, and the exact phrase was the ebook. So that means that when they text the keyword ebook, I'm able to the system will automatically send the text message, whatever text message I say to send, right? And I had updated the opportunity because I want to make sure that they're in the pipeline, right? I want to be able to identify where they are in the purchasing process. And then this is the message I typed real quick. Like I said, you can leverage ChatGPT. So, hey, thanks for your interest in my ebook. Here's the link to gain access. And then you would be able to just drop the link there and then hit save. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about that. And then all I did was I cloned my text ebook. So I cloned it here. I came over to the right and I did duplicate workflow. And when I did, I just renamed it. And when I renamed it, DM'd ebook. And I came back in here. And instead of my reply channel being SMS, I changed it to Instagram DM. Okay. And then I updated the opportunity. Well, I didn't change actually because it was the same thing. And then here I changed, instead of it being an SMS, it's an Instagram DM. You can't send a DM to somebody if they didn't DM you first. Okay. So just remember that when you're using the software. Alrighty, and this is where I was here, the opt-in form, right? So we're going to create a form in just a second, but I just wanted to show you the workflow. Once this form that we're going to create is submitted, this is exactly what's going to happen in the software. First, it's going to add a contact tag that the form was submitted. Then we're going to update the opportunity, and then we're going to wait 10 minutes. After we wait the 10 minutes, we're going to be able to add a text. Hey, it's Shakira, I'm just following up with you because you expressed interest, right? And then I would hit save. I would do the same thing. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Does anybody have any questions about what I showed you already? Let me know. Drop it in the chat if you have any questions. I know this part of it can be a little bit, it can be a little difficult, but I'm really going to break it down. And if you're in VIP, I'm literally going to drop this into your account so you don't have to, worry about building it out. The only thing you're going to worry about is changing the copy here. So again, I went from I waited 10 minutes and I sent a text message. I always like to send an email as well. Sometimes you can send the email like a minute or two after, or you can have it sent at the same time as the SMS. And then what I like to do is I like to label it abandoned cart, email number 1. And you just have to do, I'm not going to go through and doing all the copy because there's a lot that I want to get through tonight, but you would just put your subject here. And you would then put your text here. I'm going to show you real quick though, how you can leverage ChatGPT. So I'm going to hit save and save. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I think this one. Yeah. All right. This is the one. Let me see. Yes, this is the one we've been using. You see, and then so what I'm going to do is create an, let's see, an abandoned cart, text and email sequence for someone that has opted into purchasing the ebook, but they don't end up purchasing. And then I would say create 3. Let's do 3, but I wouldn't use 3. Create 3 text messages and 3 emails. Make it sound personable. I would say you want to make sure if the emails or what ChatGPT gives you isn't what you want, you can just keep going, right? You can give it more direction, be very specific on how you want the word, right? Make it sound personable. Let's say like a story, and not like I am trying to make a sale. Let's say sound like a human. Let's see what it comes up with. And it will literally come up with this, and you can take it. And I'm going to just click continue generating, and you can take that and you can move it. I would actually tell it update this to include a place. Update this to include a purchase link. And then it would just add it in. So then I'm able to just take this. Obviously, like I said, the more specific of a prompt that you give, it would just, so it gives you whatever you, whatever input you give, it determines what kind of output you get. So I would be able to just come in here as I'm building my sequence. A lot of times when I'm building my automations, I like to build them out. So I would just come in here. Okay, I did a wait 10 minutes, and then I might wait 24 hours. So then I would come back over here and I would do wait. I would put the wait time in. And the nice thing about this is you can do a time delay. You can do an event delay. I won't get too into it. But let's just say I want to wait 24 hours. And I would just drop this down and do wait 24 hours, right? And then hit save. And I like to label it. You see how this one says wait 10, this only says wait. I just like to know what the time span is. It might be 24 hours, 20, whatever it is. So I don't have to go back in and open it up. So I like to be very specific. Like I said, I typically just send one follow-up SMS unless I've already had them inside of my ecosystem for a while and they're used to getting text messages, because stops don't really bother you, right? Because they're not your customer avatar if they don't want to learn more about it, as long as you don't sound like you're always trying to catch a sale. So I would come in again and I would do a wait 24 hours. I would send another SMS. And then I would I'm going to copy this first so I can. I would copy that so I don't have to type it again, send an email, and I would paste it in here, and I would change this to a number 2. And then let's say I were to come into ChatGPT and just take the email, it would be email number 2. And I could do this, copy from here, oops, and I can paste it. And I would be able to just copy this. I'm going to show you real quick though. You can't just leave the first name in brackets. Every software has their own custom values. So I would have to delete this. Make sure you don't miss this part because then it will still say first name for everybody. And you would come over here and you would do first name. So hi, first name, life is. And then we have the message. And then if you're ready to overcome those, here's the link. And then you would add your purchase link, and then you can say like best regards. And then you can put your name. In this case, I'm going to put my name. Okay. And then hit save. And now one of the things you can do. So now I already had, so I did my first abandoned cart 10 minutes, 24 hours. You can do up to as many as you want, right? If you even want to turn it into like a nurture campaign if they don't end up purchasing. So I used to, when I first started, do these if then that when it came to abandoned cart, but I found an easier way. So I want to make sure I show you all that way so I don't confuse you because I know this stuff can be very intense, especially if it's new to you. So I would actually, instead of having to do it each one, I would just copy this again. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click copy and copy all actions from here and then click paste. So now what it's telling me is after 24 hours, I'm going to send abandoned cart email number 2 and then wait another 24 hours. And I want to send abandoned cart email number 3. I would change this to 3. I would swing back over here to ChatGPT. And then, like I said, though, don't rely entirely on AI. You should definitely make it your own, make it sound personable, tell that story in your email. Let me just bring this down a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to copy and paste it. So here, I'm going to take this again. And I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to paste it right in. Let me know if anybody has any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. This is how I'm able to leverage it. So hi, first name. Remember, I'm going to change this because I want to make sure the custom values match the software. And then here, I want to extend it. And then you will be able to insert the purchase link. And then hit save. Hold on, I got to move this over here. Okay. And then I would hit save. So I can go, like I said, I can go on and on. However it is that you want to do your abandoned cart is what you're going to be able to do. Okay. So that's the workflow for it. It's not too crazy. So now I would do my last workflow. After I did my opt-in for my abandoned cart, my last workflow is that somebody purchased the product, right? So then I would come up here and I would do create workflow. And I'm going to label this one. This is my 4th one. So 4, and I'm going to do purchase ebook. All right. And then hit save. So this one, we actually didn't talk about the sales page. But if you are in the VIP, I'm going to get the sales page too as well. But this would be that the order form was submitted. This one would be order form submitted. And then you will be able to select it in the funnel. So you will be very specific. This is important because if you just do order form submitted, anytime an order form is submitted inside your software, this workflow is going to trigger. And you don't want that, right? So you want to make sure you're very specific. What funnel is it in? So it's going to be in this funnel. And then on which page? It would be on this page. We didn't talk about this one. And then the last one would be like the submission type. What was it? It was a sale. And then we have the product is. Because we don't have a product on there, we can't be that specific. But you want to be that specific when you are creating this because it makes a difference. All right. So I'm going to hit save. And now I'm thinking, okay, now that the customer purchased the ebook, what do I want to happen? What is it that I want to happen? I want them to be tagged because I think that's very important. I love customer contact tags. Why? Because it makes it easier when it comes to filtering. It's not there. It's okay if I don't have it already. I just type it in, purchase ebook, and I just click add tag, and then I hit save. I want to update the opportunity because I want to be able to identify who's spending money with me, right? Like we're able to see who's actually spending money with us. So we would update the pipeline, the ebook. We would change the stage to purchase ebook. I always do the opportunity name as the contact first off. Well, I usually do the full name. And then I would do the lead value. So the lead value is how much you sold the product for. So if I sold my ebook for $37, I would identify that as one because I want the system to identify that I made the money. Like it's not just an opportunity anymore. It's sold. Like we won that. That's the status of that client. And we're gonna hit save. So we added the tab, we updated the pipeline. We want to make sure that the customer gets the product, right? We want to make sure that the customer gets the product. So in order for us to do that, we can send a confirmation text and a confirmation email to confirm, right? So let's do SMS. I like to name it. So confirmation SMS. And then I would go along. Let's see, we can ask ChatGPT if you don't want to fully think about it. Create a confirmation text and email sent to someone who purchases the ebook. And now we are going to see what it comes up with. Let's see. What is it going to come up with? Okay, it's going to be an error. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Here we go. Include, let's see, include in the text and email a link to access the ebook. It's really important that you're delivering the digital product. I like to deliver it through text and email, and sometimes I even like to follow up an hour after purchase to confirm that they got the actual product, right? Because I don't want anybody saying, "Oh, I didn't get it. It never got to me." Oh, and people love to say that, you're scamming them. It's like, no, I absolutely did. It may have went to your spam, but that's it. Alrighty, so I can copy and paste that in. Oh, remember, I want to change this information, the custom value, to contact first name, and then read it. Of course, congratulations on your purchase of our ebook on starting. Nice, you've made an excellent decision. I will empower you. Perfect. And then we would insert the link here. Usually for these products, I like to deliver it through a Google Drive. So I have like a Google Drive that I save all of my digital products to, and I just will drop the Google link there. I often save it as a trigger link, which I can show you in just a second. And if you have any questions, here we go. So I would hit save action, and I would hit save. And then I would do the same thing, and I would do email, send email, and I would rename this as confirmation email. And I will come in and I can just take it from here. Thank you for your purchase. I would hit paste. And then I would come back in here and steal the body. Here we go. And then copy, paste. I want to change the name here. I'm going to change the name to my name. And then up here, I want to make sure I change my custom values to the first name. And then when you have the link, you would actually insert the link. I'm going to show you where you can insert a trigger link. So here's a trigger link. The purpose of a trigger link, it actually has a lot of great features. And I love it because you can track when somebody clicks it. Like you can look in the system, or you can have another automation go off. Like when this link is triggered, then this happens. So in order to make a trigger link, you would come to the marketing and you would go up here for links. You would create the trigger link here. Let's say I wanted this to be the opt-in page. So I would copy that link. I would do add link. I would name it opt-in page. I actually like to be very specific. Ebook opt-in page. And I would paste my link and hit save. And then that would be there. So when I go and add it to my automations, let's say I added it to this one right here. You know, I put that link. I actually instead could just do trigger links and I would be able to click it and that would be showing up on the people on everyone's phone. And when they click it, it'll take them to that same link. Okay. You have different options. All right. And that pretty much is, yeah, that's pretty much what we'd have to do. I mean, like I said, you can choose what customer journey you want your customers to go on. If you want, like, once them to purchase it, they're going to go into another nurture campaign, or if they don't purchase it after so many days, then they're added to a different nurture campaign. It's however you want to do it and what you see fit for your customers or what you see that's working. Okay. So that's kind of all the workflows that I would build every single time I have like an ebook. And then sometimes they have upsells and downsells, right? An upsell pretty much is like when you go to a page and somebody opts in, they purchase your ebook. An upsell, you might have another page after they purchase the ebook and be like, hey, I have a recorded class, a master class that you would benefit from, right? So here, access it now for only $27. Excuse me. And that's an upsell. And let's say, oh, they're not ready for that. They say no thank you. They click the no thank you button, and then it actually takes them to the downsell. Like, oh, here's your last chance and set up for $27. I'm going to offer it to you for $17. You won't see this offer anywhere else, right? That's like an upsell and downsell. That's the experience. It's just to encourage your customer to spend a little bit more money with you through their journey, right? Through their customer journey. So let me know in the chat. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If anybody has any questions, let me know in the chat. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Let me know. There's some other stuff I want to get into. But that's the automation part of it. So let me know now if anybody has a question. You could drop it in the chat. I don't know, my voice is cracking. Give me one sec. Alrighty. If I have no questions, I just want to. So the name of this challenge was called Create and Launch Digital Product Challenge, and we talked about creating the product. Right? We went through the whole process. I just want to cover a little bit of the marketing part of it, of like the launching, right? Because like I said on day one, you can't just come up and create a digital product and hope that it sells, right? There's actually a process behind it that you want to make sure you have all in order when you're doing that. So if you came to my webinar at all, then you would have heard the process that I do use with my clients to make sure that they see success. Just make sure they see success. I did do the DMs. Hold on one second. Let me go back in. Oh, hold on. I see a question. My apologies. The DM, when it's sent to your DM, do they have access to your Instagram? So you actually, they don't have access. So the software, you can add, let me see if I can share with you real quick. Let me share the screen again. You actually can connect. Let me make sure I share it in both places. Okay. You actually can connect your social media to this. So you're able to connect your social media. So no, the customer or client can't see your DMs, but you can. So you actually, if you come in here, there is the integrations, and you're able to come in and actually integrate Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I know so I was telling someone else about Shopify. Somebody was on here before and they were saying they have Shopify. It all connects. So if you connect your Instagram or your Facebook in the conversations tab, you'll actually see all of your DMs. You'll see all of your messages. You'll see all your text message. You see it all in one place. Okay. So when you have the DMs, when they have to DM you. So let's say like you're on social media and you're like, oh, DM me the word this. And when they DM you that word, then they're able to am I not sharing screen right now? Okay, hold on. I thought I was sharing. Hold on one second. Stop share. Give me 1 second, because I could have sworn I was. Can you see now? Yes, I think you can. Okay, let me go back in real quick. So I was saying that in the settings, you actually have the option for integrations. So you have integrations and you can connect your Facebook, your Instagram, because it's usually one account. Your Facebook has to be a business page, and so does your Instagram. And then your TikTok. You can connect all of them. So the nice thing about it is when somebody sends you a DM, it will come into your conversations tab, which is what I was saying on the left-hand side. You'll be able to see all of your messages here, whether it's an Instagram DM, if it's a TikTok DM, or if it is a text message, an email, like you, all your conversations will come in here. And you would actually see it and it would have a little icon to show you where that person is coming from or where your message is coming from. Okay. So you're able to do all of that. So when, let's say you're on Instagram, you say, DM me the word ebook so you can receive your link. Once they DM you first, you can DM them back. Okay. You can DM them back, but you can't DM them first. Like they have to come into you through Instagram in order for you to retarget or market to them through Instagram. Okay. Does that answer your question? Let me know. Let me know if that answers your question. Oh, here we go. Let me scroll down some. Okay, nice. And will they find you through ads? They can find, you can run ads. And then when they click it, it can come in. So that runs a little bit deeper, but you can do like Facebook ads and have them come through this software as well. You 100% can, because that can be one of the triggers. Once they submit a form into the Facebook ads, then it'll bring them into the software. Oh, that's what I need to share with you before I go into my slides about the marketing. The forms. So like I remember I was telling you all that on your site, in order to collect information, you want to be able to create a form. So when you're creating the form, that's actually under sites, and you would come here. You go to forms and then builder. And I'm going to do add a form because this is my first form, but you would add a form in either place. I'm going to rename this over here in the options, and I'm going to just put ebook form, just so I know what form it is, because you can have a lot of forms and you want to make sure that you're able to identify. So here, these are all just drag and drops. You can create custom fields if you have a question that, someone that the software doesn't have, you can create whatever question you want. However, for what we need it, we would come here. You can do full name if you want to drop full name, or you can do first and last, however you want to do it. Full name, email, and phone number, right? And I like to make everything mandatory, so required. So I would click right here, because you see how these ones have asterisks and the first one doesn't. I would just click here for required. And then I want to make sure I add a form so people can submit this form. I mean, a button to submit it. So I would scroll down where it says button, and I would drag that over. And it says button. I don't want it to say button. I would say grab, gain access now, or something along those lines. Gain access now. And then what you can do is you can actually change this color. You can change the color of the button, and you can change it so it's full width. So if I wanted to have a different background color, if I wanted to have the blue like I have on the other, I would be able to do that. And then I would just come here, and I would need to make sure I click save form at the bottom. Be sure that you hit save form at the bottom. Does anybody have any questions about that? It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. The drag and drop feature of it. Alrighty. And then what I would do is, now that I have this form saved, I would have to come back to my website, and I would have to drop it in. So here where it says, I would come in, and I would go to edit, and I would go to my pop-up. And when I go to my pop-up, I'm able to, oh, I must have did it on the other one. Hold on. This is the copy. I remember I dropped the title, I dropped the subtitle picture. So I would come in here. Yes, this is the one I updated yesterday. And then I would come here to the pop-up. Oh, I did the one-step order form. But if I wanted to, remember I was telling you that I could do a form. I would click here, and then here I would see my ebook form that I just created, and it would be here. Right? So it would be like that. And then you would be able to take them to the sales page after they complete that form. So like I said, you want to make sure you identify what what journey you want your customer to go on. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because that's pretty much the automation part behind it. That's pretty much the automation part behind it. Alrighty. So I did want to, if you came through a webinar or if you watched my webinar, I did talk about the strategy that I use. It's called the Create Framework, and I'm just going to. I want to go through this, and I just want to talk a little bit about the marketing aspect of it. Okay. Let's see, present. Let me see where I'm at. Oh, present. I don't want to record. Sorry. Let's do the view only link. We'll do it. All right. Y'all can see my screen still, right? Alrighty. So I'm going to go through this because we talked about creating and planning. Can you see still? Let me see. Okay. We talked about creating and launching our ebook. So like I said, we worked all week on creating it so we can get ready to launch it. So I really want to talk about it. So the create strategy that I do use, this is it broken down. I'm not going to go through and explain all of this because we really don't have the time for it. I just wanted to give you some ideas in regards to the marketing aspect of it and the process that you want to go through when you're marketing your digital product. So the stage one is you want to do the pre-launch. So define, this was what we talked about in the first couple of days, right? We defined our target audience, we conducted the market research, and we set goals and objectives, right? What did we want? Like, remember we talked about what problem do we want our digital product to solve, right? We talked about that. And then like at like by the end of them, like when someone purchases the ebook or the course or whatever, what target or what goal can they accomplish at the end of it, right? Like we want to make sure that they can go from point A to B. They don't need to go all the way to Z, but if they can go from A to B and see or feel some kind of a success, then that's what the kind of product we want to come up with. Okay, that's really, really important. And then the next thing is the product development. So just refining your product position, and we talked about that. The creating the compelling messaging, and then the high quality product assets. Excuse me. So we want to make sure that the product is visually appealing, right? We want to make sure that somebody is interested in purchasing the product. We want to make sure that we are creating messaging to make people want to, purchase, or we make sure that it's interesting. Like the ebook, we don't want it to be boring and dragged out. We want to make sure that it's somewhat engaging so somebody can actually get through it, right? And then the next the next step is the pre-launch marketing, right? So before you actually launch your product, and you actually, depending on what kind of product you're doing, like if you're creating a course, I don't fully recommend, creating the whole course before you start talking about it. I think that in the process of doing the market research and, finding your target audience, actually reaching out and like putting it out there, like, hey, I'm thinking about creating this course. Would anybody be interested in learning this information? Right? Creating the buzz or creating some kind of anticipation that this is actually going to happen. Like finding out, like, oh, there are people actually interested in this. Okay. So you know what? Maybe I can do a pre-sale depending on the product, right? You can do a pre-sale for the product before you even release it, where then you're going to end up getting paid to create your product, right? Let's say you're creating a course and you do a pre-sale and you get 10 sales, $1,000 or whatever the pre-sale price is, $500, you're going to get paid to create your course. Like that's amazing, right? Once you find out that your product or there's a need for it, right? You want to make sure you're growing your email list. So I remember I talked about creating a lead magnet. So you might not want to just release your ebook right away. You might actually want to create a lead magnet. Like I talked to somebody before, like they have multiple chapters in their book. Let's say their lead magnet is giving away the first chapter of the book, right? And it's juicy, it's interesting, and makes somebody want to keep reading, depending on what kind of book you're creating. But they're like, oh, I have to, once this releases, I'm definitely getting that. The lead magnet could be free, it could be a low ticket, it doesn't have to be expensive at all. But a lot of times lead magnets are free because you want to exchange their personal information with the information that you have, right? Because when someone shares their personal information with you, their first name, last name, email, and phone number, that's like the first step to starting to build trust, right? Because it's like, okay, I'm going to give you my information. Let me see what you do with it, right? Are you going to nurture me? Are you just going to try to keep selling me? Like, what is it, right? So if you create a lead magnet prior to releasing your digital product and it's around the same topic, then that will increase your email list, because email marketing has a higher conversion than a lot of other kind of marketing. All right. And then you want to make sure you have the content marketing strategies. You want to put it, the link, if you're on Instagram, put the link in your bio so people can learn more about it. You want to be able to talk about it in your email list. You want to make sure you're creating content around the product, like the information that's in the inside of your ebook, let's say, for example. Make sure you're creating content around that, right? So that helps with people seeing you and knowing you, and it's like, oh, maybe they are an expert in their space, right? It helps you attract organic marketing, or organic traffic as well. So you don't necessarily have to pay for those leads, because they're coming to you organically, because they like the content you're putting out. They like the way that you present the information, right? They're coming to you organically. You don't always have to get paid ads, right? Because you don't want to go spending money on ads when you can't get anybody organically. Because then it's like, okay, well, if nobody's coming to me organically, is there something that I'm doing wrong? Is there no one interested in this product? It takes some self-reflection when you're not able to get any kind of organic leads, right? So that's the third stage in it. That's the launch. And then the fourth stage is actually launching the product, right? We talked about this in our class this week, is creating the compelling sales page, right? Creating a copy that makes people want to actually purchase. You want to make sure it's persuasive. You want to make sure that they are having, they feel it, like, oh, she understands. She knows that this is my problem, and she knows the solution, or she has the solution for me. Okay. And then your email list that you've been growing from that lead generation, that email list, you're going to actually target them and let them know that you're releasing this product. You let them know that the benefits of this product and how it can help them solve a specific problem. Okay, that's a part of the launch process. And then, of course, I don't know if you think of this one, but like leveraging social media and influencers, right? You can reach out to people and ask them if they would like, getting in front of other people's audiences is very, very beneficial. So you can say, do you mind if I get on your platform? We can go live or something, and then you can get 50% of every product that is sold, right? And let's say that, they're like, oh, okay, no problem. All they have to do is go live with you, and they're going to get paid by anybody that purchases. Cool, no problem. But they don't realize a lot of those times when you do things like that, you have an upsell, downsell, you have an offer on the back end, right? It's not always about the money that you make on the front end. It's more about the money that you can make on the back end, because that's where the real money is at, right? So just utilizing other people and asking people to promote it. I'm really big on starting with your circle, your inside circle, right? Like who is in your immediate circle, and like reaching out, like, hey mom, I'm going to be releasing this book, or my aunt, I'm going to be releasing this book. If you're interested, if you're not, like, just if anybody is interested, let them know that I have this information that can solve this problem, right? It's really good to utilize, who's around you, utilize your social media influencers, all of that great stuff when you come to launch it. And then we talk about the post launch. So after you launch, it's not just over, right? Because we talk about monitoring. We have to make sure we analyze, like, how did the launch go, right? What were the conversion rates? Like, where were people getting stuck in the sales funnel? Like, where is it? Like, were people purchasing? Were more people not purchasing? You also, when you release something, you want to ask people, like, what is your opinion? Like, how did you feel about it? Get some feedback from people that actually purchased it. Okay. And then you want to engage with your customers. Having very, very good customer support is important. Why? Because people remember that. People remember how they felt and how, like, the business made them feel about themselves as a person, right? Making people feel important, and making sure that you give that customer support or customer service is very, very important. And then, of course, marketing. You want to make sure you're continuing with the marketing, right? You want to continue promoting your product through your content. You can do affiliate marketing. You leverage influencers, so Facebook groups. There's so many different ways that you can continue to market even after you release. Does anybody have any questions about that I just shared? Does anybody have any questions about that? Alrighty. So I'm going to keep going. So that was a lot. I don't know if you, but we got through it, right? So can I be honest with you all? Oh, yes or no? Yes or yes? Drop a yes in the chat if I could be honest with you right now. So we just spent 5 days together and we've gone through the entire process of creating and launching a digital product from start to finish, right? We went through the entire process. And you now know the process and the steps that I take to create and launch digital products with my clients that have been generating them thousands of dollars. Um, and these are just some of my clients that came in and they started working with me. So this one client from January to May, this is just their side hustle. It's not something that they do regularly. They created a digital product and they've made 12,000, almost $13,000 from January just off of the digital product. As you can see, they have different products, some for $9.97 and some for $4.97. There's different, it depends on what kind of digital product you create. And then this is another one of my clients, and just in 30 days, for the example, like this one, he made $18,000. He has multiple digital products, as you can see, 497, 2,500. He also has a $34 product. Like he has multiple $5,000 product, right? So this is the revenue that he made in just 30 days. This is one of the like my client that is getting the best results from their digital products. And it's been amazing to watch their growth because they make money outside, like they are a day trader, they make money, but they knew they had a skill, they knew something that could help and save people's lives, like, and put them in better places financially. So he started creating digital products off of that. And I know what's going through your head right now. Can I do this on my own? Will there be any other support now that the challenge has ended? What if I didn't even start yet? I don't remember everything you covered. Can I get some support? And honestly, most people don't even get past the second question, so they never even start. But I'm going to be clear. I'm going to clear all those questions up for you right now. If I can do that, can I get a yes in the chat? If I can do that, let me get a yes in the chat. If I can clear up all those questions, because you probably have a bunch of questions going on in your head because we went through a lot of information this week. Okay. Okay. So let's just get this out of the way because I feel like this is one of the number one reasons people don't start. Will there be any other support now that the challenge has ended? And the answer is yes, there will be. There will be support for those of you that are action takers and those of you that will not let excuses stop you from executing. And just remember that there are people out here that have never had a digital product like the two that I showed you earlier, and they're making thousands now. And how do I know? Because I've worked with multiple people. I've helped my clients generate a new stream of income through their digital product. These are 4 different clients that I've worked with. You know, like I had said before, like not everybody has the same goals. Not everybody wants to make or has to make $20,000 a month. Somebody might want to just make $1,000 a month off their digital product, maybe $2,000, right? And the beautiful thing about digital products is that once you create them, that's it. You set up the systems and they just continue to make you money. And these are 4 different clients that I've worked with and the kind of results that I've seen from working with them. And so how many of you here would want to have a digital product business that is doing $20,000 or more a month and have an amazing life doing it? How many of you would like that? Type of me in the chat if that's something you would like to do. Let me know. Yeah, I would, right? All of us. 20, like, come on. Like, I don't have to do, I just got to set it up one time. So I'm going to be honest with you. This is not for everyone, but it's perfect for some of you. So this will only be for people who are serious about generating $20,000 a month in their digital product business. I want to personally give 5 of you an invite to my digital product accelerator program, but I'm only going to share this with the people that are going to take action. And I'm only taking 5 people max because I'm doing this small. I want to make sure that everybody gets the results because I have a guarantee in this program. So I just want to explain to you what it is. The Digital Product Accelerator Program is an 8-week small group coaching program that I'm going to be working with you. We're going to get on 2 live trainings a week. And we're going to go through the entire process depending on where you are from this challenge. If you didn't even start, that is okay. If you're ready to take action, then this is for you. We're going to have weekly one-on-one accountability calls where we'll be able to get on a call for 30 minutes and go through your plan and see where you are and what's stopping you and help move you forward. You're going to get an individualized marketing plan specific to what product you are creating, right? I'm going to create for you the entire plan. From the different stages, I just shared you 5 stages. I'm going to create a plan for all 5 stages for you and your specific product. We're going to have a private community that we're going to work on. You're going to be invited into the private community where you'll be able to have access to me and everybody in the community. And then you're also going to get templates and funnels for the templates and funnels that I have. I'm, if you don't already know, but I'm also in two coaching programs where one of them I paid $24,000 and then the other I paid $18,000 for. So I am learning more and more every single day. So anything that I do get from one of my mentors that are in making 6-7 figures already, you get access to all that. I'm going to be giving you access to all of that when you're a part of my accelerator program. And it's only for $34.97. That's the cost. That's, you're going to get all of that for $3,497. And here's the link. If you're interested, you can just click that link. It's going to be dropped in the chat as well. And I'm just going to break it down for you. Like for the 8 weeks of the small group coaching, it's going to be 2 weekly live. Like it's going to be a guaranteed 2 hours every call, 2 times a week. So that's at least 4 hours a week that you're getting. And who knows, it might go longer, especially if I see that you need it, because the way I like to teach is I like to make sure that my students are successful. Because when they're not successful, that means that I need to fix something in my teaching. So I'm really, really big on making sure that my students are successful with what they're doing. So these coaching calls are going to be for 8 weeks, 2 hours, 2 times a week. Okay. And that's included in the program. I'm really, really big on it. Like results really matter to me. And that's why I'm only taking a small group of people, because I want to make sure that they're getting the results that I'm guaranteeing for them. And then the one-on-one accountability call, right? It's a $997 value. Why? Because it's 30 minutes, 30 to an hour that you're going to get every single week for 8 weeks. And we're going to really break down your process and where you are in the roadmap, because I know where you need to be. And I need to make sure that you're on track to make sure you see the success that everyone else is going to see. And then an individualized marketing plan. Like I said, there's 5 different stages that I talked about earlier in this slideshow. And we're going to go, you're going to have a plan for every part of that, like every stage of that process, because I want to make sure that you see the clear vision of where we're going and making sure that you see the success. And then the private community, whoever joins, we're going to have a community that you're going to have access to. It's going to be lifetime access to that community. And you like, we'll be able to talk to each other and build with like-minded people and keep motivating to make sure that everyone is successful in that group. So the templates and funnels automation, I was to tell you, like I told you earlier, I have a lot. I've been doing this for over 2.5 years. So I have a lot of templates that I can give you access to that I've built and I've seen results. They've been converting from my clients. And I'm going to share all of those with you. The automations, I have some very in-depth automations, especially if you have a specific business. We can customize automations for your business when you're in this coaching program. So outside of the digital product, I'm really big on making sure that all parts of life were successful, right? Not just the specific digital product, but if you have a business and you have any questions about setting up automations for that, we can talk about that as well. All right. So you're going to get the exact ones that I've already seen results with, but you can get more, 100%. So is it okay? Let me ask you, is it okay if I add 2 more bonuses? Let me know in the comments. Is it okay if I add 2 more bonuses? You're already getting a lot of information. You're getting a lot, but let me just give you 2 more. So one of them is perfect my access to my team. So when you join, you're going to get access to my team. As long as you're doing the work, we can come behind you and clean up, right? If you go and you put in your copy and you're like, you know what, can you give me some feedback on my copy? Or can you finish making this look like this? I like it, but I'm having a hard time. Or, I created this digital product. Can you guys help me with designing it to make sure it looks nice? We're going to give you access to all of that. And I have $1,800 as a value, but honestly, we have 3 VAs that we pay every month, and we pay $1,800 for those VAs every month. So it's really like you're saving money, so you don't have to go and get your own. My team is there, and you have access to them once you join this program. And then I have a digital accelerated Discord, and you're going to have access to it. You're going to get free access to it through the whole time of the coaching program. And you may even have it extended after that. But for at least 8 weeks, you're going to have access to that Discord for free. Absolutely free. And we're going to have our own channel in there for the coaching mentees, the students inside of the program. You guys are going to have your own locked channel where we also can add more resources. Alrighty. So just for $34.97, I also have the 4 payments of $997. We have funding available if you're interested. The link should be dropped inside of the chat already, so you can get it, and you will be able to sign up for that coaching program. The value in it is like, I feel like anytime I'm committing 8 weeks, this is the first time I committed this long to a coaching program. I've done them with somebody before, and it was only for 4 weeks. And this is like 8 weeks is a long time. And I'm guaranteeing you, your results, you should get your results within the 45 days, right? But I extended it. I want to make sure that you get the results. So our goal is to launch before the program is over. So then we can go and analyze what's happening and then make any changes that we might need to make. Okay. So this is my guarantee. So I guarantee that you will have all the systems and tools that you need to successfully launch a profitable digital product within the next 45 days or less. Yes, 45 days or less, even though the coaching program is longer. I want to make sure that you have the time that you need to be successful. And I'm so confident that you will that you will launch a profitable product, that if you take action and implement every single thing that is taught to you in this 8 weeks and you don't make at least your investment back, because I know you're going to make more than that. You're going to make more than that in the next 45 days. I will give you a full refund, or I will work with you until you make that money. That is my guarantee. And I am a person of my word because I really believe that it's important that you build that know, like, and trust. You trust me, you're making that investment. So I'm going to make sure that you are successful. Making sure that you take action. I'm going to be teaching a lot and breaking down a lot. And as long as you continue to take action and you implement what is taught to you, I guarantee you, you're going to see results. I guarantee you. Like, I guarantee you. You're going to make your investment back. Like, you're going to make your investment back in the next in at least the 8 weeks, but the goal is 45 days or less that you're going to make that investment back. Having that plan, because you get that with the program. So you can get started today. You'll get the 8 weeks of small group coaching. You get the one-on-one accountability call. You get an individualized marketing plan. The private community is just going to be the people in our program. That's it. You're going to get the templates that I have, that I've used with my clients, that I've seen success with already. The funnels and automations to go with them. And I also, like I said, if you have a business outside of the digital products and you are looking to set up the systems and automations, my team, we got you. You're going to get access to my team, that build the funnels, to build the automations. We're going to come and clean up behind you to make sure that it's exactly what you want it to look like and that everything is working the way you need it to work. All right. And you get free access to the Discord. I have a Discord that you're going to be able to get access to, and you'll get it for the full 8 weeks. And we'll see if we can extend it a little bit longer, because we most likely will, because there's going to be a lot of great information in there. So you'll be able to access that on top of getting access to me one-on-one for the accountability and also for the small group coaching. So we're talking about, what is that? 2, 4, 4, and 8. That's at least 32 hours of like small group coaching. And as you can see, like this week, I've been breaking it down. And like, I can only show so much in 5 days and 1 hour. I only can show so much. So if you're interested, the link is there, the createandlaunchchallenge.com/offer. It should have been dropped in the chat and you can get access to it. Let me see. Was it dropped in the chat already? Alrighty. Does anybody have any questions? But before we go, I just want to say that you have 2 options. You have 2 options. So you can join the coaching program for only $34.97, or you can join the Discord that I'm going to be dropping a link to. And it's $47 a month. And you'll get access to the Discord for the $47. You'll get access to the Discord. You'll get funnel templates. You'll get some pre-built automations. As long as you're in the Level Up automation software, you'll be able to access all of this. The marketing resources. If you have Canva templates, because we make a lot of stuff on Canva, especially for digital products. So there'll be some templates in there that you'll have access to, and some more stuff. So for $47 a month, you could join that. But I highly recommend doing the coaching program. Why? Because I know that it will get you the results that you need. Okay? I know it will get you the results that you need, and it's only for $3,500. And my mentor told me I was crazy. He told me that I should definitely raise the price. But you know what? We're going to go with this. $3,500. The link is dropped in the bio. It's dropped in the chat, so you can click it and join. So if you're serious about learning how to successfully create and launch your very own digital product, then I will see you inside the program. I'm excited to see you inside the program. And let's go. Sign up now. Here's the link one more time, createandlaunchchallenge.com/offer. And do I have any questions? If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself, you can raise your hand or drop it in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions at all. You can drop it in the chat, you can unmute yourself, whatever the case is. If you have any questions, I have a couple more minutes before I have to jump into the room with my VIP. No questions? All right. No problem at all. No problem at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on my VIP. This information is going to be dropped inside the Facebook group if you want to access it. The link to join the program, it's happening now. So you can click on the link inside the Zoom chat and you will have access to it. So you all have a great night. I'm going to jump on my VIP and it's been great. So enjoy your evening. And